Hey everybody, it's Dan the Safety Man, back here for another edition of Price Toolbox Talks. So today, what we're going to be talking about is ladder inspections, to continue on with our fall protection month. Now I know what a lot of you are thinking, Dan, how do ladders tie in with fall protection? Well, everyone, ladders are statistically one of the most dangerous things you could use in your daily work. Look at it. Look how dangerous that is. I mean, you don't think of a ladder as something dangerous. But as anyone can tell you who has fallen off a ladder, when you get up to the legal space, my feet are 6 foot off the ground right now. If I were to fall, it would still be quite painful. So, that is why they are so dangerous and need to be inspected on a daily basis. As with any piece of safety equipment, if it's something you're going to use on a daily basis, it needs to be inspected. So, what do we inspect? I mean, how does this even work, Dan? Well, let me show you. The first thing you're going to do when you approach your ladder is you're going to look at the steps. Are any of them broken? Steps on 4-foot ladders are famously junky, as I will show you later on in the video. On this 8-foot ladder, they all look to be pretty good, and then over here, I have a 6-foot ladder. Look at the steps on those. They're all looking pretty solid too. Now another thing to look at for an inspection item is these right here, where these rivets go through. It's another point of weakness on ladders. That's something you're going to want to look at every time you do your inspection. See if there's any breaks, bends, any weakness in the metal right there. If there are, it's a junk ladder. You don't want to use it. Connections. Next is right here, where that locking brace locks into both sides. You're looking at the fiberglass around there, looking for any cracks. Now, as you go up your ladder, you're also going to want to check out the top. If this shelf up here is broken at all, that's a junk ladder. We need to get rid of it at that point, because if this thing breaks, that could compromise the entire ladder. Or if anyone has had the genius idea at some point to drill a hole through this to, I don't know, make an extra slot for a screwdriver or something like that. That then makes that ladder null and void. It is a junk ladder. At that point, we cannot have it on our job site. So that's basically what I'm asking you to do, is just every time you get on a ladder, give it a good once-over inspection. So it is important to have examples of what you're looking for when a ladder is no good. So here is an example of somebody who has drilled in some extra holes into the top of my ladder. This one's not supposed to be here. This one's not supposed to be here. Okay, so that makes that ladder essentially a junk ladder, not acceptable to be on a job site. Another thing with this ladder is I got a little bit of a dent in my stabilizer right there, but my rivets are not broken. So that's still in good enough shape right there. A problem I do have with this ladder, other than it is a 4-foot ladder, is I got a broken step right here. This is a common thing that happens with ladders over time, as people kind of jam their foot on this bottom step, and over time that gets broken. And yeah, there's no fixing that. Once a ladder is broken like this, it needs to be removed from the job site. Here's another issue right here. Got a ladder in seemingly pretty good shape. Top shelf looks undrilled out. Everything is good and intact until you get to this right here. That is actually a broken rivet on there. So if OSHA were going through and doing an inspection on our job site and they found this ladder with the broken rivet, they could give us a fine for up to $12,000 for this broken ladder if we're using it on the job. The last thing for ladder inspections is our stickers. On the side of a ladder, you'll see stickers for the type of selection you should do for a ladder, the type of proper uses, and what the weight rating is for that ladder. You should be able to read all these stickers and the information they contain. This one is kind of questionable because you can barely read the model number on that. If we go over this ladder right here, you're talking even more questionable, where these stickers are really tore up. But I could still see on there that the capacity of this ladder is 300 pounds. Highest working is 6 foot. Go over to the one right here, and you got stickers that look like that. not much useful information can be taken away from that sticker. So again, daily inspections on your ladders are crucial to ensuring your safety on the job site.
Then finally, the feet on the ladder is the last thing. You want to make sure these rubber shoes on the ladder are intact. Now this one down here is a little bit questionable because we're missing a part of that foot, but it's still in pretty good condition. These feet don't exist on the ladder. Not only will it make the surface that much more slippery, but it will also damage your customer's floor more often than not. So that's why we want to make sure that those rubber feet on the ladder are in good condition.
So, in conclusion, this has been Dan the Safety Man talking to you today about ladder inspections. I hope everyone was able to learn something. I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas. Let's continue on and have a great year in 2018 as far as safety goes. Make sure nobody's getting injured. Merry Christmas, everyone, and Happy New Year.